Hi everybody, this is Jenna McDonald with Devoted Yogi on Bainbridge Island. And today we're unlocking the third limb of yoga in an 8-day countdown. This particular day is on Asana, or the postural shapes of yoga. And I think first and foremost it's important to recognize what the word asana means and where it shows up in the Yoga Sutras. So it is found in the Yoga Sutras in the second chapter, as they begin to unravel the breath and the postural forms of yoga. There's only a few small verses on shapes themselves, which is interesting. There's a lot more on the inner life of yoga. But the word asana means to take your rightful seat. So what would it look like in each shape that is given to take your rightful seat on that particular day at that particular time? We would be kidding ourselves if we were to say, as we come to our mat, that every day we come as the same person. It's just not true. Some days we come with an emotional strength, and some days we come with an emotional vulnerability. Some days we come with a physical strength, sometimes a vulnerability. And how do we take our rightful shape within that posture on that particular day is our work as a student of yoga. So it's not a competition, we've heard that before. It's not about the shape, we've heard that before. And yet it is about how we meet the shape and bring who we are in this particular day to that form. The other thing that the Yoga Sutras say about our shapes, the asana, your rightful seat, is that it should be equal parts steadiness and ease. I've also heard steadiness and delight, which I have been using in my own practice and find more helpful. Sometimes the Sanskrit just doesn't translate properly in English, and we end up with kind of a dry sense of what asana should feel like. So I'm going to say equal parts steadiness and delight in the shape. So wherever in the postures we don't find room for curiosity in our own minds and delight in the shape, we back off and we reapproach the shape. This is another place, and especially a limb of yoga, where in modern yoga we have dropped the role of the student and placed a lot of the emphasis on the teacher, that the teacher should instruct properly, should adjust properly, should cue properly, should use correct hands-on adjustments, and so forth. But really, it's, in the end, it's your journey, and it's the job of the student to come to the shape with an honesty, right? Some of the things that we saw in our first 2 limbs of yoga, with a cleanliness, a saucha. You're cleaning up your act, you're becoming aware, you're placing your feet well, you're taking care of your body, right, in your diet, so that when you come to the shape, you're able. And then also in truthfulness. You're able to be truthful about your capacity in that day and always do your best, right? Not to be lazy, to be authentic, to have that tapas, or that fire of self-discipline, to bring yourself there in a holistic way. So I wanted to bring you those 2 Yoga Sutras and the insight from masters on how we practice in order to get long-term health and high results. Thank you. Namaste.